Hello, everybody. I hope you're having an amazing day. So I know I'm not the only one starting to think about the holidays. And, all the stores are playing Christmas music now. There's candy everywhere. There's gifts everywhere. There's advertisements everywhere. I mean, the holidays are that December for most people is often the most stressful time of year. It's often a time where we forget what the magic of Christmas and days in general is supposed to be about, because of all the additional to-dos and stresses that we put on ourselves. So I wanted to pop in today and share with you years ago, and I know that you've been hearing about it in the world these days. It's becoming more and more of a thing in magazines and advertisements, but it's this less the people of Denmark. And in particular, I'm talking about Hygge here. And for those of you who don't know, I am Danish. I'm actually Canadian, but my mom is from Denmark. I was born and raised. So I spent a lot of my childhood and adulthood actually traveling back and forth and to visit my family in Denmark. And I definitely feel there's a huge piece of me there, and it is a huge second home. I love the culture. I love the attitude about life and not taking things too seriously, and how organized they are over there. It's no wonder that the Danish people are known for being the happiest in the world. Reasons for that, and I'm not going to jump into that today, but I wanted to share with you some of the reasons and thoughts around Hygge, which, for those of you who don't know or haven't read it in a magazine yet, it is essentially, there's no translation, actually this cozy, warm, magical that you'll feel any time of the year when you go to Denmark, but especially it is dark, it is cold, it is raining, and somehow the Danish people, the Danes, are still and joyful and smiling and laughing and not taking things too seriously. And I want to share with you a couple things that you can do here in Canada or North America. We could take some lessons from this. And yes, it is dark and raining and cold here too. Time or the holiday time should not be so crazy. It should be a time of year that we look forward to, enjoy. We're present with our families, and we really of giving and receiving, and the joy that should be with us during the holidays often isn't in the way that we run our lives here. So let's take some lessons from the Danes. And I can personally speak to this. I've spent a handful of Christmases in Denmark, and they have been some of the most magical, wonderful times ever. I love their traditions and the atmosphere. It's really hard to describe, but there are some things that we can do here, and that's what I wanted to share with you today, because we can all use a little bit more joy. And I'm actually going to post the link to the blog that I wrote 2 years ago. I can't believe it's already been 2 years. If you want to read a little bit more about what I wrote 2 years ago, I'll post that above this video once I'm done here. So you can read on over there. But right now I want to share with you a couple things that you can do that are really easy to do and actually make a huge impact on bringing that hygge, or that cozy, warm, joyful spirit into your home and into your environment wherever you are. So the first rule of Hygge is candles, okay? It is dark, it is cold. I mean, I listed all that. Candles are amazing for setting the space. Put candles on your dinner table every night. Light as soon as the sun goes down every night, no matter where you are. Put a candle in the bathroom. Obviously, make sure it's protected and you're not going to light anything on fire. But light candles everywhere. The more candles, the merrier. And I'm talking about when you light a candle, you immediately feel that warm, fuzzy feeling, and provides that hygge that we're looking for, right? Number 2 is to spend a ton of with family, but actually with them, okay? Not just being in the same place, thinking about a million other things on your to-do list. Be present. And in the blog, you'll see that I wrote spend lots of time baking with your family, because this is in Denmark, this is what you do at Christmas time. a batch of cookies. And believe me, they're delicious. Part of where my sugar addiction absolutely came from. But it doesn't have to be baking. You can spend time cooking healthy meals with your family members. I mean, cooking in community, family, and friends is always magical. And it should be a really relaxing and wonderful time. So you can make healthier, sugar-free things. You can make real food. Just spend time and don't be in a rush. Make a plan to spend a couple hours cooking and enjoy the company within, and have fun, laugh, be present with each other. Okay, so spend ample time in the kitchen soaking up good, healthy, nutritious things with your family and friends. Third, something we don't do a lot of here unless you're a child, but I loved this, and I still do. I didn't mean to say past tense. I love this as a tradition that I grew up with, and it's making Christmas ornaments. Because we're adults doesn't mean we don't like to craft, okay? We still have artistic capabilities, and it still brings joy. There's a few very specific Danish ornaments that we would always make every year. These little paper hearts that you would hang on your tree and actually put chocolates in, but also these stars that you would buy specifically made for making these stars, and they're quite difficult to make, but very fun to get together with the family, kids and adults, and hang them on your tree, or in your window and around the house. So that's a way to bring in that and that spirit into your home, right? I mean, crafting and basic things is amazing for stress relief, and this is part of one of the means used to just calm down after a busy day, to sit around with the family and make ornaments and craft. There is no better feeling if you have candles going at the same time, right? Okay, number 4 is to get outside as much as you can, right? Go for a walk, bike places. I mean, of course, in Denmark, I know when I was there over Christmas a couple years ago, I tried to bike in the snow, and that was not a good idea. That's how hardcore the Danes are on their bikes. I was trying to just fit in, right? Get outside. I mean, walk in the snow, to the bus, walk to work, outside as much as possible. I mean, this is for of the year, but especially in the winter, and especially when it's dark. It's so lovely to wander around and look at Christmas lights on people's houses, or take a stroll downtown after dinner. There's so much magic in just getting outside and getting fresh air always, right? And getting out in nature even better, right? If you can go for a hike or get out in a forest somewhere, that's even better to bring in that fresh air and enjoy the crispness of the air. It's quite soothing and quite refreshing as well. Okay, so that's important. Possible. Walk, bike, rollerblade, I don't know, whatever you're doing, right? But get outside. Okay, number 5, and this is something that I loved more than making ornaments growing up, was actually making, decorating the house. Okay, decorate your space as soon as possible. There's something really cozy about having all those fun decorations in your house. Hang twinkle lights above your curtain rods early. Don't wait till the last minute, so you can enjoy that coziness in your home. This is bring the greenery inside. I know here we do a lot of wreaths, and we'll have real wreaths. We're not usually hanging out outside our front door, so we never get to enjoy those wreaths. What we did in Danish tradition is bring that inside. So bring clippings of holly and pine and fir and different branches, and actually make arrangements out of them actually we used to use like Play-Doh, and you'd put it in the Play-Doh, and they lasted for like a week or two. And you can spread them around your house. So bring that greenery inside and decorate. Okay, that is number 5 that I wanted to share with you. Bring the nature inside. I mean, that's indoors, but those green evergreen branches are really magical, because they're so too this time of year, right? I mean, the smell of the Christmas tree, right? It's amazing, and that really adds a lot to the atmosphere in your home. Number 6 is, yes, enjoy the mulled wine and the apple cider vinegar. Not apple cider vinegar, mulled wine, mulled apple cider. I can't say those together, apparently. Mulled wine and apple cider. not vinegar. Well, you can enjoy that as well, and that's good for digestion. But those spices, right? Those warming spices of the holidays. Mulled wine, gløgg in Denmark is very, very popular. You can buy it at street vendors at every train station and anywhere in town, which is great. Here we can't do that, but you can absolutely, and yes, caveat, both of these drinks are very, very high in sugar. So I'm not doing this every day, but if you're going to choose to indulge living a sugar-free, right? Yes, have some mulled wine. Enjoy those warming spices. And another thing, if you're not wanting to do sugar, that's great, is to, just use cloves, right? You can make chai tea. You can put, we used to do this, put like whole cloves in oranges, in those mandarin oranges, and put them around the house because it still smells like those cloves. And that is such a beautiful scent. So get those, those beautiful scents going in your home, right? And that is hygge. It's having those warm tea, right? Okay, number 7 is to always put on soft, happy music. Have music going in the home. If you live in a household where you are in the habit of always having the TV on or the news or something loud going on, try switching that to the music channel. So while you're cooking, while you're eating dinner with your family, while you're wrapping Christmas gifts, put music on that you love. Soft, happy, whether it's Christmas music or not, music makes the mood, okay? Candles and music, right? Those and the decorations, and your place will just be Hyggerific, if I can say that. If I can say that. Number 8, another thing the Danes do in the winter is start their day with porridge. So having a warm bowl of porridge, right? And putting, in my opinion, right? Putting lots of berries in it. You can even make blueberry sauce. You don't have to add any sugar to it. Some nuts. Such a great way to start your day. As long as you're not loading it with maple syrup or sugar, okay? Because we don't want you to be on the sugar roller coaster all day. But having porridge for breakfast is such a beautiful way to start your day in the colder months of the year, okay? It's so easy on your digestive system, and it really starts you off right. And the Danes know that, and they do that. They eat a lot of porridge. They eat a lot of porridge. The other thing, number 9, I've got the last, okay? Number 9 is to a lot of time. This is something that we all need to strive to be better at here in North America. We eat rushed. And even at family dinners, we're done. And you go to any European country and you take at least 2 to 3 hours for dinner. And it's no different in Denmark and around holiday season. So when you have friends over in your, or you're at family's house, spend that time cooking. Start cooking at 2 p.m. Enjoy that. Serve dinner around 5, 6, and spend until 8 o'clock at the table, laughing, sharing stories, lighting candles, and enjoy that time instead of rushing through meals. And this, I believe, is absolutely one of the reasons that the Danes, have it right in terms of eating, because a lot of European countries actually eating slowly is one of the best things we can do, especially when we're having rich foods that we tend to do during the holiday seasons. So eat slowly so that your digestive system can keep up and can actually deal with the food that you're feeding it, okay? Number 10, the last thing that I want to share with you, there's so many ways to bring hygge into your life and to bring this joy into December. But the last thing, and actually one of the things that I've canvassed in a couple of my Facebook groups that I have, one of the most favorite things for a lot of people about this time of year, cozying up with warm sweaters, warm scarves, warm socks by the fire, hot cup of tea. So put on those cozy clothes. Even when you're at home, right? You got the candles going, but I'm often, this is my favorite scarf. It's so cozy and warm. I have a nice big gray sweater that I can wear. I wear my slippers, and it's really, really just, it adds to that coziness, right? Blanket over yourself, sit on the couch. Or if you have one in your home, yes, amazing, right? So all of these things add to the coziness and the atmosphere within your home, and will bring into your home, into your life, lessen your stress burden, okay? Listen to the Danes. They have it right. And these, and experiencing this myself, these are really the top things that I notice make the biggest difference in my life and help me bring this feeling of hygge into my home. And I am unfortunately not going to be here in the cold weather for Christmas this year, but I am no doubt going to find a way to blend into my lifestyle down in Guatemala. I don't know what that's going to look like. Maybe I'll bring some palm trees into my home. I don't know. We'll see. So stay tuned. But for those of you colder weather, and really it doesn't have to just be cold weather. It's going to get dark early in Guatemala. I'm going to be lighting candles. I'm still going to be doing a lot of this stuff, maybe making some ornaments and probably baking stuff, spending lots of time with friends, new friends, during that time of year. So I hope that you do 1, 2, or all of these things. And really, I mean, just print out, I'm going to post a blog about this video, write these down, put them on your fridge, and remember to bring them into your home as much as you can. And a lot of these things that are amazing for families. I mean, some of my best memories were us making the ornaments, baking and cooking dinner together, bringing the greenery inside and making the arrangements. Some of my favorite times as a child. They can be such a great way to have quality time with your family. So use that. Invite your kids into this, right? It's not extra things for you to do. It's a family thing to do. And it's that magic. So I found that helpful, and I would love, love, love to hear your thoughts and comments below. What's your favorite holidays and I want to hear in the comments below. All right. Thank you so much, buddy. Bye.